Hello everybody, it's your boy Jack here, and today I have a brand new video for you guys, and I'm quite excited to release this one. I've done a lot of testing to see what is better. PTA, Conqueror, what's better? I've literally thousands of people on my stream, my Discord, my Twitter, the runes for Draven, Conqueror, PTA, what is better? And I've always said, I think Conqueror is better, but I'm not sure. But now I've done the testing, so I know for sure which one it is. And I will show you guys the proof. What rune? What is the best rune on Draven? Conqueror, PTA, Airy? Some people have been talking about all kinds of shit. Let me first tell you. I'll show you level 1. Okay, so on 1 auto, Airy wins with 105 damage, PTA with 90, and Conqueror with 90, the same because they don't really proc. And level 1 3 autos, we have Airy at 291 damage, PTA at 311, and Conqueror at 320. And at level 1 5 autos, this was also, I should just point this out, this wasn't done at a practice tool, because a practice tool, this wasn't done in practice tool, because the little dummy, it has 100 armor, so that would kind of ruin the test, because Conqueror would be so broken in it, at least level 1 and 2. So we just took another Draven. I had my boy Dom here help me out. Big shoutouts to him. So yeah, level 1 5 autos, Airy 489, and PTA 494, and Conqueror 488. And then we also did level 2 1 auto, Airy wins again 106, and then we have the same with PTA and Conqueror as the last result. And then we did level 2 3 autos with Airy at 292, PTA at 305, and Conqueror at 312. Now, the thing is, I just want to tell you guys these stats, but they aren't actually the important stats, right? The thing that actually matters, especially with PTA versus Conqueror, and why Conqueror is so much better, is later on in the game, and I'll show you. Okay, so level 2 5 autos with W, we actually see Conqueror winning out because you get to proc, you have one more auto with the Conqueror because you get more attack speed with the W. So we have Airy at 491, PTA at 499, and Conqueror at 513. Okay, so you can see here it's very neck and neck. It's very close. But once you start opening up the parameters a little bit, and I did some testing in practice tool, and you can use the argument that in practice tool the dummy has 100 armor, but I feel like in most games you will face a tank or someone who will have around 100 armor. Especially around like the 20-minute mark, the 15-minute mark, around, like, let's say you have 5,000 gold. At the point you have 5,000 gold, someone probably does have 100 armor in the game. So I did some testing in practice tool, and the DPS there might surprise you a little bit. So I didn't test Airy because Airy is completely dog shit in this, and when you see the other stats, you'll realize why I didn't test Airy. So PTA does 375.9 DPS, and this was when I did 3 autos to proc the proc, and then 2 more autos after the proc, so it's a little bit of balance with like the first 3 autos with the proc, and then 2 more after. And with Conqueror, I just did until the effect lasted. You can argue that some fights last longer, but that was around the same amount of autos, and I feel like with Draven, you most likely will kill people in around 5 autos. You don't really take more autos than that, maybe in the early game, but okay. So PTA did 375.9 DPS, while Conqueror does 466.4. That's a really big difference right there. That's 90 DPS difference. So, whew. Although once we get up a notch, I took level 14, 10,000 gold. I went Infinity Edge, RFC, Greaves, or Berserker's Greaves, Pickaxe, and the Hammer, and the Vamp Scepter, because I barely had enough. I didn't have enough to buy Death's Dance. So I thought this was pretty good. And also for the 5,000 did Infinity Edge, Seal, and Boots. You can argue that you would go another build with PTA, like you would go BF Sword into Death's Dance, but that would be less damage anyways, because crit is higher DPS, but you lose out on the lifesteal, so I just did the same build for both the runes. But level 14, 10,000 gold, the DPS, whew, okay. So with PTA, it did 716.7 DPS. With Conqueror, at 900 and 12.3. Jesus, that's almost a 200 DPS difference. That is really big. I also want to explain a bit of my testing, so you guys actually realize that this is believable. I took around 20 tests with every DPS test, and then just took the average of that, because crits make them a lot more unreliable. If I just did one test, then it could have done a lot less, and it could have done a lot more, but doing 20 tests makes it a lot more reliable. And while, you know, I'd have to do up and towards the hundreds to get the exact number, when the difference is as big as 200, then you can realize that Conqueror is a lot better, and especially this situation. So I think this explains a lot, and just seeing these numbers really convinced me that Conqueror is the best choice. And it also makes me completely convinced that this is why, like, I felt that Conqueror is better, but I couldn't actually factuate it, you know? I couldn't say that it was 100% true. I just felt like it was better. Pornstar Zillion was taking it. But now that I can actually see the statistics and see how much more damage it does, it's completely proved to me that Conqueror is the best rune for Draven. It's the rune you should run. And yeah, if you're not running it, what are you doing? You know, don't go glacial or some other bullshit that I've seen people do. Just go Conqueror. And it takes a while to get used to. I know it takes a while, just learning how to proc it. But once you actually learn how to play with it, I think it's very, very strong. And also that the build that you should go with it is a bit different from how I usually went. I should explain that. The build that I'm currently running with Conqueror is Infinity Edge into Rapid Fire Cannon, into Essence Reaver, into Static Shiv, or an Armor Pen item. You can also go the Armor Pen item before Essence Reaver if they have a lot of armor. And you also should try and get a Vamp Scepter before you finish your Infinity Edge. Although sometimes I skip the Vamp Scepter entirely. That is possible, but most of the time you want some lifesteal on Draven, so it's nice to pick that up. But so yeah, this is the total build, and the total runes are Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grey, and into Sorcery with Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm. But yeah, this is pretty much the build that I've been running. I haven't been playing League in the last 3 days. I'll be taking like a 2 to 3 week League week break. 2 to 3 weeks break of League, because I have exams coming up, and I also don't really enjoy League at the moment. I find it really, really boring, and I don't know, I just haven't been feeling it at all. So my main decayed from 250 LP Master to Diamond 1, because I didn't play, which is a bit awkward. But I'll get it once. I just need to get my motivation back, and then I'll start grinding again, and then I'll get back Challenger. You boys know how it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow my Twitter, follow my stream over at twitch.tv. Probably won't stream that much because I'm not playing League. Might stream something else though. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and like if you enjoyed the video. Bye!